I had a dream last night about Br'er Rabbit. Now, who is Br'er Rabbit? He's an icon, including the black community. Now, Br'er Rabbit is African American folklore. And he is the representation of the slaves from the 1800s. His character is the embodiment of the free spirit of a slave, the adventurer, the heart. That's why the slaves escaped, well, most of them, and that's why slavery ended. So Br'er Rabbit was the embodiment of all of that. So, what happened in my dream? Br'er Rabbit appeared to me. I was in some forest. It was a cottage. A very cloudy day. In this cottage, you had these brick buildings, and vines grew on the sides of them. It was a very cozy cottage. You know, these little mailboxes as well. These little cobblestone walkways. And I walked through. Very cloudy day. You had oak trees above me. Cypress trees as well. It was a bit swampy. But there was one house at the very end of this village. It was Br'er Rabbit. Br'er Rabbit came out. And I'm like, what's going on here? Because I was dreaming. Br'er Rabbit came out and he said, "Hey, Alex, it's..." I can't even do a voice, but "Hey, Alex, it's Br'er Rabbit, and I am here to tell you something truly tragic." And I was like, what's going on? Did Splash Mountain the ride close? He said, no, whatever that is. And he told me his friends needed help. His friends were in trouble. His entire town was in trouble. Well, I decided I would help out the poor little rabbit. He looked pretty frightened. His fur was kind of soaked with rain and sweat. He wasn't this cheerful bunny that we had seen before. This Br'er Rabbit looked confused, sad, and distraught with pain. I joined him on his quest, but I asked him, "Who captured your friends, dear Br'er Rabbit?" And he told me, Br'er Fox and Br'er Bear. They are the cunning warriors in this storyline. So I joined Br'er Rabbit. We hopped along the path away from the little village. It became very grassy, and out in the middle, there were these big cages. All of the cast from Splash Mountain was inside of these cages. And Br'er Fox held a whip in his hand and was whipping them and torturing them. I ran over there when Br'er Fox wasn't looking, and I asked them what was going on. Why are they not happy? Why are they not moving? And these characters told me, we have no fun. We've ran out of hope. There's no hope. Our glory days are behind us. Children were in these cages crying. Little turtles were crying. I stepped back. I didn't know what to do. Br'er Bear came up to Br'er Fox. It was very clumsy. Br'er Fox was very cunning. He hated Br'er Rabbit and his family, his friends, because they were not as smart and cunning as he was. You see, Br'er Fox was a part of a fox clan, a fox group. Br'er Bear was trying to fit in because he was conflicted. He didn't know what to do. But Br'er Fox, he was a smart, but in a way, very dumb fox. All of a sudden, Br'er Rabbit hopped right by me, up to the cage, and started singing, "How do you do?" And all the animals, their faces lit up. Their eyes started glowing once again. Each and every one of them had this glow that was missing from them. this glow that hadn't been seen in years. They all started singing, including myself. All of a sudden, the chains from the cages ripped off. It was as if magic had returned to this land of wonder and enchantment. Br'er Fox turned and he yelled, "No, that's impossible." We then sang the Laughing Place song, and our rhythm, our music, triumphed Br'er Fox. He was pushed back, shoved back. The wind took hold of him and threw him across the valley. Br'er was held at the mercy of us, and he begged us how wrong he was, and how stupid he was, how dumb and stupid and idiotic he was to follow Br'er Fox. He asked us, please spare him and give him a chance. We did, and Br'er, he joined us. We all returned to the valley, and I turned. Br'er Fox was gone. Br'er was family, and Br'er Rabbit, his fur was as soft as ever. He looked better than I ever saw him. His warmth, his adventurous side, triumphed evil, triumphed corruption. I woke up, and here I am. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was my Br'er Rabbit fan fiction. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and today I will tell you what it all meant. And I've talked about this many, many times before in my past, but Br'er Rabbit represented a slave. Like I said at the beginning, Br'er Rabbit was a slave that had an adventurous heart. He had a soul like no other. He was such a good person. All of the other slaves, which were represented by the animals in the cages, they had given up hope. They knew that nothing would happen. No hope would come for them. Br'er Fox represented a type of slave commonly seen back then and represented in the film Glory, where he betrayed his black friends and joined the white men in upper hierarchy. If you watch the film Glory, the black man becomes educated. He becomes a bit corrupt. He's now working with the white people that enslaved his own family. And that's what Br'er Fox became. He became evil. And Br'er was a slave that was in between, that was conflicted. So the story here, the message here, is as clear as Splash Mountain was to Song of the South. The Splash Mountain ride is so vital to Black American history that it needs to stay. Song of the South is actually the written works of slaves from the 1800s. The writer of Song of the South was not a black man, but he visited black slaves. And they told him accounts of Br'er Rabbit. They told him stories that they thought up, that they created in their minds during times of hardship, during times of pain. So I think it's a very beautiful thing in this story that I just told you, because it perfectly represents what these black slaves were talking about during their time in slavery. So I hope you enjoyed this Br'er Rabbit fan fiction. Please let me know if you want any more, and let's save Splash Mountain together. Bye, everyone.